Would you like to come have some coffee and pie with me?
All right, we figured we'd do something different. We're sitting outside. We're at Norman in South Yarra, just off of Chapel Street, across the street from the co-op. Pretty close to the office because we just wanted to get into it. But, excuse me, because they have a QR code ordering system. Done. Awesome. Didn't even have to... One of the pleasantries left over from COVID, the ability just to order at a table and not have to go in.
Yeah.
Okay, geez, what's been going on? Feels like we're doing 1 week green, 1 week red. So if we're looking at the markets right now, pretty dire for everything.
Yeah. I think Bitcoin is gonna test 110, 111 zone, and Ethereum is almost at 4,000 now. So it's just battling around 4,050 mark. So I think, yeah, we can see some good retests of supports today or tomorrow as we head into the Jackson Hole conference.
I think we're retesting supports. I don't think it's not that dire. We've had nice sort of ups and downs. I think if you zoom out, we're still in a healthy spot for crypto. I mean, alts just got smashed though, which is potentially presents good buy situations. But as I'm sitting here thinking, 2 episodes ago, Chainlink was 14.
Yeah.
Last week on Wednesday it was 27.
Yeah.
And today it's still 24.
23.
So if you look at 23. So if you look at it, it's down from last week, but we're much better off than we were 2 weeks ago.
Definitely. And I think exchange tokens, Oracle and Ethereum have been the outperformers for the last month.
Yep.
So I think if you...
Exchange tokens, I mean, BNB is almost at
BNB is all-time high. OKX did a burn as well. So it surged 100% on a week level. So I think, these 3 main categories have been the outperformance throughout the market, especially for the last month. So I think dips should or can be bought at these levels. So it's more like spot driving the pricing rather than having leveraged bets right now. And it's a good time to be placing bets on those tokens, especially which have been outperforming Bitcoin as well as other alts. That's where the emphasis is.
I think if I'm thinking of a title for the video, as I'm always sort of like going, it's buy the dip. I think this is a good dip to buy on spot.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to TVAP a bit of buys here. Let's see. 4,000 I think it's a very good level.
Are we getting out of Pengu? You're still holding Pengu, or
I'm still holding Pengu.
Did you get out at all?
I did sell a bit, but it's more of a restacking, because it's a trader's paradise. That's what I was telling you, right? We can't be just buying and holding anything for the time being because the market is too choppy. So you give your gains back to the market. That's where I think it's a smarter play to be buying the dip, selling the rip. That's what we call. So I think that's sort of strategy that has been working for me as well. So
exactly. If you look at it weekly, it's sort of like we get peak, you can sell, you can buy the following week, you can sell and ride it week on, week off. It's almost like we've got these like mini weekly cycles where it's like a bullish week, bearish week, bullish week, bearish week. So
especially on the Sunday nights.
Bearish week at the moment. Yes,
especially
Sundays.
on the Sunday nights and the Monday mornings.
Heading into the weekend, you're like, I think the Friday close is super important and dictates what's going to happen next. That like Friday candle is really important to see what happens. And if we have a good Friday close, then we have a really bullish weekend. If we have a not so much Friday close, then we
still might see some chops.
Which is interesting because this Friday is really important, right?
That's true. So there's a Jackson Hole conference that we were discussing. So
Fed chair,
yeah. So Powell will be speaking on it, and I think like how Trump administration has been pressuring him. So there might be news regarding the rate cut. If it's a dovish speech, I think markets will rip up.
So is it dovish? There's hopeful expectations, hopium perhaps, that it's a dovish speech and that there's 25 bips announced as a rate cut. I think they're saying 3 rate cuts in the US this year.
September, October,
the first of
December.
3. If that happens, I think the news is a little bit delayed, so Friday may still be choppy, but it definitely, if that is announced and Friday is still low, amazing buy opportunities there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be choppy till Friday and today as well. There's a FOMC minutes coming out later down in the US session.
Okay.
So I think that will sort of give an impression like what sort of speech will Powell deliver, because FOMC minutes try to give you like the overall summary, like what was the decision behind not cutting the rates or what they are looking at, what sort of data they are looking at, and whatnot. So all the information in a transparent manner is what
I think Trump's really pushing for it. I think
he just tweeted as well in the morning as well.
Someone, I saw a news report, I think it was Fox News, saying like if Trump doesn't, if they don't announce a rate cut, will Trump fire him? And that's sort of like the America that we're all living in now. And we say this as Australians here in Melbourne, we're all living in America at the moment financially.
We all are,
So if we don't get the rate cut, I think Trump's made up his mind that America's getting the rate cut. So it's coming. It just sort of depends when.
Yep.
And the Trump administration is still obviously massively bullish on crypto as a whole.
Definitely. So I think that's where Jay Powell might have some sort of a confusion, because the inflation has ticked up this month, but the job growth has declined.
Okay.
So right now the situation is quite in a mix.
We can all blame AI for that.
Well, yes, the companies are beating the revenue estimates, so they are having higher earnings with lesser employees. So that's another news in the making, I think, and we are already transitioning to a world wherein companies are making more profits, having lesser employees, especially after the AI taking into the consideration.
That's something that we should all plan for, and I think for a lot of people, myself included, a crypto strategy plays into that, and how we sit financially 5 years from now, and that really is a reality that a lot of people face, and structuring yourself so you can have some passive income through crypto and things that you've talked about. So getting loans on your crypto and yield-based projects, I think are definitely going to be the way to go for many people.
Yeah, so that's where the shift has been. Like, so a lot of USDT or USDC is now sitting on Aave, which is essentially providing you yield opportunities, and there's a huge uptick in the DeFi activity. So I think the traditional sector has now been shifting towards DeFi, wherein you can get much better yields. There's no lock-in essentially, and you're able to utilize the on-chain activities and like do flexible movements here and there, facilitate to make more money, essentially on the stable coins.
Yeah.
And
I think it's important for people to start researching and getting into that, because it'll be, it's
I think
a
something
bit of a
for the
wild
future.
west at the moment, so you can really, there's some real opportunities there to make some good gains, and eventually, like everything, it'll be somehow taken
Tied
away
to
or
on-chain.
taxed or something. But taking a step back, what was the real causes you think for the dip this week?
Well, I think there's two things. So Bitcoin made a new all-time high last week.
So people sold.
People sold, and people rotated back to Ethereum. But Ethereum somehow was also sort of like losing its momentum. That's where we saw some sort of...
I think we saw a lot of people that held ETH for a very long time, and that perhaps bought the last peak in 2021, sold their bags. And I think that's why we saw a lot of a pullback on ETH. I know a lot of people personally that were like, finally we've broken even, or finally we've made some money, sell. And that's what sort of stopped, I think, that massive run.
In a way, yes. And there's been institutional selling that's happened over this week. So I think altogether, everything has been like in a major sell-off right now. Especially we've seen a couple days wherein Bitcoin was sold by BlackRock, which is essentially usually the biggest buyer.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, it's okay. We do this at a different cafe each week. So
So it's all driven by institution sell-off.
It's funny, right? We always say take profits, and then when everybody takes profits and it affects our bags, we get oh no, it's red. But I guess that's what it is. People are taking profits, and it shows a maturity, I think, in a level of intelligence to the market. I still do think we're in a bull market overall, which has been a slightly bearish week, and alts get affected more than everything because it's still massive Bitcoin dominance and Ethereum dominance.
So Bitcoin dominance has started to reverse now, like especially after testing like 59% on the dominance.
Which is why I still think we're far away from the peak, because we need an alt season for the peak.
Well, yes or no, I think.
Yes.
Because it's I think the market dynamics has changed a lot, and we will definitely see an alt season, but like we've mentioned a lot of times, it's only typically some sectors that are outperforming Bitcoin or Ethereum. So I think that's where the bet should be towards.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I discuss like Ethereum, Link.
You see a lot of the time it's like people getting out of the market. Like I always in a dip, I always look at what Monero's doing.
Yep.
Because if everything dips and Monero goes up, it means that people are getting out of crypto. So it's like long-term holders, and Monero's an old project itself. And I think
Yep.
to even be aware of what Monero is, you have to sort of be a little bit of a crypto OG. So seeing Bitcoin fall and Monero go up, you go, okay, those are old holders taking profits.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not going into alts, they're just taking their profits.
Profits, yeah. And
And
we
not wanting to pay tax.
Yeah, and we don't want to be seeing an outflow from the market. We want to be like seeing a retention on the
Cycling.
liquidity. Yeah. So it's more towards the cycling that needs to be happen rather than like people taking the money out in terms of fiat.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to see, and I think this week will provide much better clarity if these supports hold. So yeah, so something to consider this week. I think this is a good opportunity if you are out of the market. These
Yeah, I
levels
think-
are very crucial, and if
Yes.
you can place some bets, limit orders, or some sort of smart strategic play, I think we should definitely see some upside next week if everything goes well.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot of great pullbacks and retesting to support levels. So I think, picking up some of the top 15 tokens at the moment,
Yeah.
top 20 tokens is really, really
a good
smart.
bet.
I'd be putting even, dare I say it, I'd be picking up XRP and Ripple because I think it's had a bit of a pullback and will go up, even though that,
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Ripple, but I think, from an investment point of view and taking money, even putting money into Ripple, I think is smart. Chainlink Chainlink's held really well. Like I said, to go from 14 to 27 to 24 and everybody panics,
Yeah,
we're okay.
I think it's a battle of Chainlink and Ripple.
Yeah.
Because both in some sort of ways are tied to into same category, while Ripple has a very big market cap.
Yeah.
Link being a small
Like I
market cap,
said-
that's where the rotation has started to happen.
Exactly. So you make more profits on
Chainlink, yeah.
I think they both have a lot going for them in that they're US backed and seemingly have utility, whereas I think the difference is Ripple talks about a lot of utility. Chainlink actually delivers on that promise a lot more than Ripple does. So I think that's when there's maturity to the markets, I think Chainlink is the clear winner, and I would see, and in fact, am betting on. I am putting my money where my mouth is. I am betting on Chainlink moving up the market cap
Definitely.
pretty quickly.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah.
Really smart to buy now.
Yeah, and I think that's where we might, because of the strategic reserve that Chainlink team has announced like a couple weeks back. So I think we will definitely see more buying pressure from Chainlink team itself, because they'll be buying the revenue, converting any revenue that gets to the Chainlink, they'll essentially convert it to the Chainlink token at market pricing.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we can get a bigger push on the Chainlink token in terms of pricing, and there are no like severe unlocks as well. I haven't deep dived into the chain tokenomics, but I think there are no major unlocks, while Ripple has some sort of always unlocks coming here.
The founders are just selling their bags.
Yeah, so there are team buying their own tokens, wherein there's different team selling their own tokens. So I think we can always evaluate and weigh out the risk and everything. So I think Chainlink is a very good bet.
I think
for the time
Chainlink's a good bet. I wonder if my coffee's a good bet. I think they might have forgotten me. Feel free to jump
being.
into your coffee.
Yeah.
Let me know if it's good.
Yeah. The other thing,
So I think we're in this really interesting and unique part of the market where we know where it's headed.
Yep.
Because there's mass adoption, there's institutional adoption, there's ETFs, there's inflow, there's government adoption. But I think it's one of those it'll be one of those meme situations where, everyone's like, when Bitcoin hits 125, they're like, I wish I had bought. But when it hits 112, they're like, I'm not buying this, it's dead.
yeah.
So I think it's a good opportunity to buy, and I would be putting money into some of the top coins because I think there's upside there. I think we're a little bit further away from alt season than we thought. I think we saw a nice taste of the alt season. Oh, my coffee is here. I thought you forgot about me. No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Yeah. So, definitely. I think these are very good levels, and the sentiment has entirely flipped. People are now having their bearish targets, where we see bullish targets.
Yeah.
People predicting 180, 200, 250 on Bitcoin. Now it has changed to 70K, 30K. I've seen 30,
But
25K
crypto and
calls as well.
Bitcoin especially always does the exact opposite of what people think. So I think this is like that, you look at the graph of that really famous investing graph. I think we're in
Cheat sheet, the investing cheat sheet.
Investing cheat sheet, I think we're
Bear trap.
just before euphoria. I think this is a bear trap.
Yeah.
I think it's institutions taking profits as they do because they're businesses. And I think, we've always said having the likes of BlackRock and JP Morgan in the game now changes things because they're businesses and they're smarter than us and they're taking profits when they think they can take profits and they're manipulating the market when they think they can manipulate the market. Ultimately, they want this to succeed as we do all. They're just trying to maximize their bags.
Yep.
So I think we are still in a bull. This is a temporary trap. It's a great market buy. If I had more money, I'd be buying. If I had capital, I'd be buying now.
Yeah. I think that's where I am like.
But not alts yet. I'd be
not
back
alts
into.
yet.
I think ETH's a really good buy at the moment. I still see ETH going to six and above. 6 to 8. I still think ETH is going there. I think 6 is
considering ETH.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, considering
target.
ETH. Yeah, I think there's like.
And I still think we get there quick. I think we could be sitting there here next week and ETH could be at 6.
Well,
Really.
why not?
It'll be like a blink and if just the right sentiment gets into it, if there's a rate cut announced, if then there's Ethereum ETFs announced, people will just jump back on ETH.
Yeah. I think the sentiment around ETH is still bullish. That's what I see. And yesterday I was showing you a chart wherein Tom Lee was literally tweeting or Xing about the technical analysis wherein Ethereum can hit 4,000. That's what they were tweeting yesterday, and it's right now in that range. So if it holds, I think it's a very good buy.
Yeah.
If it dips below, I think there might be some sort of a trend change, but we definitely might see a corrective bounce. So that's where this week is very crucial for our overall market structure to maintain.
So what's some things that we should, apart from rate cuts, is there anything else that investors watching this should be keeping an eye on to try and be sort of early movers in the market? And that's a very hard thing to do.
Yeah, and exactly. So I think there's always some sort of a macro news associated with Trump, especially where they were meeting Putin as well as Zelensky to just get rid of the war, just to stop it. So I think that might be another bullish thing coming into the market.
And it's so weird. Like you don't know what conversations are. Obviously, Trump and the family are very invested in crypto, figuratively and literally.
Yep.
And you don't know what backroom deals were made. Russia could pull out of the Ukraine and announce a massive Bitcoin
mining operation
tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, we never know. So
you know,
it's a volatile world that we're living in.
You don't know. You just have to be willing and able to act quickly. Don't get married to your bags, as you always say. And it's a good time to spot trade. Yeah,
and it's a trader's paradise. That's what I was telling Mike. Like it is a time wherein you don't want to be buying and holding a bunch of alts, thinking that it'll go up. I think it's a very good time to be having some sort of spot bets. You are buying the dip, selling the rip, and then patiently waiting. I think that's where the market has now shifted, comparison to 4 years back or like 7 years back, wherein we used to just buy and hold something and it went 10x, right?
Yes.
That used to be a different market structure back then. But now it has all shifted.
You know, and if you're doubtful about it, do the reverse of our portfolio strategy and if you want to hold the majority of your Bitcoin, hold it, but then take a little bit of it and start trying to buy and sell
just
the
trade.
dip and the thing,
why
and
not?
see where you get there in a couple of months, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a low at the moment. If you've got some liquidity, buy, and then next week when we're back in the green and in the 120s.
Yeah.
I would be looking to sell because chances are we're going to pull back down. And I think historically, like September does cause a big chop or pull down. It's definitely a volatile month.
Yeah.
The geopolitical climate adds extra volatility to it.
That's true.
And the adoption adds extra unpredictability to it. But I think we're going to see chop through September and then hopefully a big bull candle.
October?
Well, I'm thinking sort of like late September with the big meeting on the 17th with the Fed.
Yep.
I think we start seeing a nice, healthy run up there.
Yeah. I totally agree. I think that's where I want to see this week. I think this week is the most crucial week before the week of 17th. So that's where I think we might see some choppiness in the middle and then a bit of bottoming and then...
I think I pretty much just don't believe anything that happens for the next 2 weeks. Like, I just don't believe it. Maybe even for the next month. I think every position that we have, if we just look for us Wednesday to Wednesday, because we record and release this on Wednesday.
Yep.
I think if we just look Wednesday to Wednesday, everything's temporary.
Yeah, that's true.
Ups, downs, all temporary for the next 2 to 4 weeks, in my opinion.
Yeah, so just make sure that you are not risking a lot because there might be some potential drops of, who knows, maybe 10%.
Yeah.
So
trade.
But
it's
trade,
a really
yeah.
good time to trade. If you
Trade.
haven't traded before, you can even jumping on day 1x and using the demo account, the paper trading,
Yep.
just to say, okay, what would happen if I had $1,000 and I was sort of trading up and down and up and down,
Yep.
and then see where you end up and apply any learnings to your overall strategy, because as we've said, it is a trader's market at the moment and there's some gains to be made there. If you think about 10% drops and peaks up and down, that's a lot of money that you can accumulate really quickly.
Really quickly, yeah, exactly. And that's where I think Day 1x might help you guys grow your portfolio even bigger because of the 0.1% fee that we have.
Yeah.
And that's a trader's paradise, I think. And
Exactly.
the other thing,
Zero on deposit, zero on
Zero on
withdrawals, and 0.1 on trading
Trading.
fees. So you can literally come in and just buy and sell the dip and the peak as you think.
as low as you can in saving the fee. And the other thing being, I think, is Ethereum's unlock on the validator node. So there's a huge queue right now where over 900k Ethereum is just sitting there to be unlocked from
Okay.
the validator node. So it's roughly amounting to 3.7 billion right now, which
Okay.
is having a wait time of 15 days.
And so what will that do to the price?
Well, it's generally a bearish thing associated around it, because if people are getting out of Ethereum staking, then there are two cases to it. I'll discuss both the cases. So the bullish case is wherein you have more flexibility using your Ethereum stack because you are in control of your Ethereum bag now.
So potentially seeing a cycle into alts.
Yes. Or on-chain, Ethereum on-chain season. Because a lot of Ethereum people might not be, or institutions might not be just pulling it out just to be able to sell it. I think if the market really gets uptrending, I think that's where we see a on-chain season on Ethereum, and that's where typically the on-chain Ethereum season kicks the alt season on a broader level. But the bearish side to it is people or institutions might be just unlocking it to be able to sell it off on the peaks.
Depends when they locked it in.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So these are the Ethereum that's been locked for a couple of years back. So I think they have already made a lot of gains here.
Yes.
And now they are mainly looking to either have more sort of beta play.
So they're either going to take the profits or they're going to look to leverage those
The profits. Yeah, exactly. So I think I sort of tend towards the leveraging side because people need liquidity, or institutions
both.
need liquidity. Yeah, exactly.
People will do both. Some people will need to take those profits. Some people will look to leverage them.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
that's one thing to be mindful on, because it's a 15-day lock-in unlock period for the time being. So, and 3.7 billion is a big number.
So probably a dip to begin with. So you might be looking to buy some now, and then if we see some upwards price action, sell right before that,
Yeah.
and then buy back in.
Then bye. Yeah, exactly. And the other thing I wanted
Once
to
again, great to
discuss.
do on a spot exchange.
Exactly. So that's where I think the spot trading will benefit a lot, because you are able to capitalize on those sort of movements before. If you are aware and you're watching our videos and you know about the alpha that we share every week. So that's where I think it can help you grow a portfolio.
None of it is financial advice.
Yeah, none of this is financial advice. This is just our information
Just
that
us
we
having
share.
a coffee and having a chat with some
Chat.
friends.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing that I wanted to roughly discuss is the uncertainty around the MicroStrategy's latest update.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so what they're after now is if the premium on the stock is high, above 4, is when they'll be just selling their shares, diluting it to be able to buy more Bitcoin. But if it's between 2.5 or 4, they'll be cautious. They'll be thinking if a market gives a dip, they'll be buying more BTC.
Let's go back. What do you think Michael's stance is? Does he think
He's cautious. I think.
he's worried?
He's worried.
Or he's trying to lower the price to buy more? See, you never know.
We never know. Yeah, that's where the big bags or whales try to manipulate, because it's a very strategic.
And there's no bigger bag.
Exactly. And then Michael's gonna.
There's no bigger whale.
Yeah. So I think that's what has caused a lot of uncertainty around the Bitcoin maxis as well. Whatever we've seen during these past months is Michael Saylor used to bid a lot, right? During those dips, and he's been a DC bull, that's how we call it.
Yeah.
So that's where I think a lot has changed this week, basically around Bitcoin, because there's low confidence now, considering the new update that came from MicroStrategy.
I think there's also, a lot of talk of the Ethereum ETFs and different companies trying to sort of replicate what he did with BTC for Ethereum. That maybe that's adding some doubt as well.
Yeah, it's more towards so there are a couple takeaways on that update basically. So if the premium goes up, he's going to be selling his stock to buy more BTC. That's one bet.
Such a Ponzi.
Exactly.
It's such a Ponzi,
and the
right?
second bet is if the premium drops, he's going to be buying more of his stock. So it's essentially buying back if the premium drops. If the premium goes up, he's going to be selling at 2x the cheaper capital to be able to buy more BTC. So it's more towards like it's how would
So
we
would
call
he be
it?
selling Bitcoin to buy
Nah.
MicroStrategy stock?
Nah. So
Or
he's
using
going to
his
be
own.
Nah, he's going to be accessing more capital via credit or
So
more.
he's not touching any of his Bitcoin.
That's what they haven't mentioned. So the ultimate goal for them is to be able to buy more BTC. But if that doesn't happen, then they need to be able to manage their own stock as well, because they need to be paying debt
Yeah.
as well as dividends to the shareholders.
It's
so that's
almost
where
like
it's
he's got a real business now, right? Before
Exactly.
it was just like, it was easy going, hey, let's all buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
so new innovative strategies. It might go down, it might go up, we never know, but it's a very smart play, I think.
We talk about him being like the biggest bull, obviously, as
Yeah.
representing MicroStrategy on so much Bitcoin. But I always wonder about like the ones that we don't know about, you know. And we talked about Putin before.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, Putin's got Bitcoin.
Yeah. Russia
It's just not
did-
announced, right? Like, but I guarantee they like all these leaders hold bags. I'd love to know.
Yeah.
I'd love to find that wallet and see, okay, what's Putin trading?
Yeah, exactly. I think, that's where Outcome Intelligence might be a good tool if you guys are really into crypto researching. So Outcome Intelligence, a big shout out to them. I've been using it for like a couple of years. That's
Okay.
where they launched
Let's
it.
put a link in the description or
Sure,
or the comment.
definitely. So it's a tool. It's a free tool wherein you can research wallets, you can tag them as per your own convenience to be able to track those whales. And we've got a Ahab as well,
Yep.
which is a very good wallet tracker for the whale movement. So that's where we get our own alpha as well sometimes.
That's where we get all of our info.
Yeah.
Ahab Crypto Hunter on App Store and Google Play Store.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting week. It's easy to sit here and be more on the bitter side. And I think if somebody watches the two videos side by side, last week we were full of energy and very bullish, and today we're a little bit more bitter.
Yep.
But I think it's just because there haven't been that many positive announcements. But it's a hold tight, buy if you can, buy the dip, and we will all be much happier for it next week. One thing I did buy, two of them actually, I bought NFTs.
Oh yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
hedge fund NFTs, yeah.
Yeah, I got. I was just having a look at what ecosystem I want to support next, and so buying the NFT on it was really my way to support that ecosystem and essentially beat a play against it.
Yeah.
And I just looked at HBAR, Hedara, and bought the Dead Pixel Club, which are these really cute
Ghosts.
crypto ghosts.
Yeah.
I thought one of them looked like me. I'll put it here, and then I minted this one. So the weird thing though is you look at when you buy an NFT that you really sort of like you like and you like the look of it, that marrying your bag is so much stronger, because I looked at it and I was like, this is cool, I'm never going to sell it. So like, what's the point of having it if I'm never going to sell it?
Yeah.
So you have to get out of that habit with everything, especially NFTs is hard to get out of that habit unless there's real utility. Hold it,
Yeah.
sell it.
Yeah.
But I think NFTs will have another run. Low floor price at the moment, bit of a gamble, but if NFTs run and Hedara does well, and it's obviously doing really well in the market cap,
Yep.
they're probably a smart investment play. So you should, I don't know, get one.
Definitely. Yeah. That's where I was like, I think I'm sort of bullish towards the little Pudgies and the Pudgy thing, because they are launching their own video game as well.
Yep.
And
We
that's
love your Pudgies.
and there's a big Pudgy party coming in on end of August. So 29th of August is when they are launching their own video game.
Okay.
A big wait
What's
list.
the floor price on those?
Floor price is roughly, for the little Pudgies, it's roughly 1.5 ETH. And for the Pudgy penguins, it's more than 12, 13 ETH for the timing. So more than 50K US notional. So yeah.
So it's, Dave asked me if he was going to look at some NFTs, what he should get. So I think,
Little Pudgies.
well, little punks, but I think, Punch
the
Penguins,
ecosystem base.
Cyberpunks, CryptoPunks are going to come back when they come back. And
Yeah.
Zuki's going to come back when NFTs come back. All of those blue chips are going to come back. I do need to do some more research into new projects.
Yep.
And I thought Dead Pixel Club was just my way of dipping my toe into that market. And because HBAR is really sort of the darling, in my opinion, like a hype for you and HBAR for me
Yeah.
of this cycle, having a look at what they're doing NFT wise is cool. Their wallet's really good. User case, their the HBAR, I forget what it's called. The wallet that I was using is a really good wallet. Like it's just real nice user adoption. Like we're so used to using MetaMask and like Trust Wallet and everything, backing up your keys. This is just tied to your email, your biometrics. It's just really retail oriented. It's so retail oriented.
That's where we see a lot of innovation in terms of the wallet or the wallet management infrastructure that has come to the market now. MetaMask is so old now. Like they are doing innovation.
But even like so user friendly, the blockchain itself is so user friendly down to the fact that your address is just like 6 digits.
Okay.
Rather than your 0x00
the whole
everything else.
Yeah.
So just this real sort of second layer of almost UX thinking to the blockchain we're seeing in not only the apps being developed on these layers, but the layers themselves. Because everybody, you're launching a layer 1, you're going to go, okay, how can I improve to sort of what ETH did before me?
Yeah.
And speed and price is one, but I think now we're getting into, okay, if it is mass adoption and HBAR's sponsoring karate tournaments, like the American televised karate tournaments, that's pretty mainstream, right?
Yeah.
So how do we make this as easily accessible for the mainstream?
Yeah.
And there's some interesting things that admittedly I haven't looked at either. I've been, we're OGs in this now.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal for all the Web3 companies are sort of mass adoption in a way that people don't even get to know they're using blockchain at the back end.
Well, you know what's ironic? The ultimate goal for all Web3 companies is to basically behave and be seen as Web2 companies.
Yeah. And pump their tokens.
That's it.
I think that's it for this week.
I think that's it for this week. Sorry, we're a little bit flat. Coffee's been okay. Beautiful location. This is sort of, I feel like, touristy around here. South Yarra, there's the Como, and our office is up there. I'll do a little bit of a pan and put it over. But I think one takeaway from this week is it's a spot market at the moment. Secure some spot prices. You don't need to go hunting too far down the market cap to really be looking for profits. So it's a good time to reevaluate. We talk about the 60-40 rule, 60% in your blue chip crypto and 40% in your gambles. It's a good week to reevaluate that 60%.
Yep.
And perhaps shift some things around as well.
Definitely, and have some sort of
everything's dipping together, right? So you can transfer a bag and a holding from one to the next without really losing too much, and so you have a look at what's going on.
Yeah, I think this
Buy Chainlink.
I think this week is all about reevaluation about your strategy and how you want to be beating the market gains, especially beating Ethereum gains as well as Bitcoin, because that's where I think the money will be made.
Yes.
And you need to be betting on the outperformance. You don't need to be marrying your bags because one token went like 200% up for last month. Doesn't mean that it will continue because the narratives are shifting too fast.
Yep.
And it's all about mainly blue chips for the time being.
Yep.
That's getting all the coverage and attention.
Be patient. We all want to be rich now. We all want our Lambos, especially sitting here on Turak Road, seeing a Porsche drive by there, nice Mercedes there. Like we all definitely want
at least one of those.
But be patient.
Yep.
Buy spot and plan for the future now.
Yeah. And trade at day 1x.
And trade at day 1x.
Cheap fee.
0 deposits, 0.1% trading fees. Get your positions right. That's it. That's the crux for this week. Secure your positions on your blue chip tokens because it's a good sale at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Enjoy, take advantage. We'll see you next week. It'll be green. We'll be happy.
It'll come and go.
We'll be talking about the craziest alts again. But that's crypto. That's why we love it. And if you're watching it this far, you love it too. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, there's a new quote that I was thinking. This dip too shall pass.
This dip too shall pass.
Yeah.